Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. We're coming to you with a little bit of Wigle. It's a craft whiskey from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Didn't we already do Wigle?
We did a Wigle Rye Organic. This is not their straight bourbon, which I missed by about 2 months. But this is a bourbon. And
now, by straight bourbon, you mean it'll be barrel strength?
Nope. Straight bourbon means it's at least 51% corn and has been in a cask for at least 2 years.
Okay.
So this is actually only guaranteed to be in a cask for a year.
Now this is, I see on the back it says, made from scratch.
Yep. That means that they made it. They just made it. By the way, it's from Pittsburgh, right near the stadium. It's not far from the stadium. So I decided to wear some Broncos garb.
I asked Bart, I said, are you sure you're going to wear Broncos stuff during the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania distillery video? And he said,
definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah, no steel curtain here, baby.
Now, if I remember right, in the '96 playoffs, we went, Broncos go to Pittsburgh, underdogs. Elway leads them, mainly Shannon Sharp played a big role in this game. We beat them, moved on to the Super Bowl 32.
Well, now you're throwing dirt in the face. I thought you were going to mention the other victory in overtime.
Oh, the playoffs with Tebow.
Bingo. Tebow and... Sorry. Tebow's move there was magical, okay? It surprised me.
First play of overtime.
It was like 80-yard touchdown reception.
So let's see, Manning's been there for 4 years. Yeah. 12, 13, 14, 15, so it must have been 11. 2011 season. Regardless
of that, Pittsburgh fans, by the way, the dog's scratching itself, ignore that. The craft distiller at Wigle, which is on the strip, is phenomenal. You did say I could reference that Steeltown made most of the steel for World War II. Sherman tanks.
Okay, let's go back to the Wigle Rye whiskey. That video was 18 minutes long. I had to edit it down because Bart kept going. He had a trip to Pittsburgh. He went to the distillery, but he threw like 30 minutes worth of talk into the review. This was one of the topics I had to edit out of that video. So now I told Bart, you can talk about that. You call it editing, I call it butchery. Butchery and mockery of the Bart. All right, there was like Bart's talking again. Bart's was rambling.
Yeah, Bart's rambling. And then he put it on like a 4x speed. So and then skipped all the meat of what I had to say.
Yeah.
All right, Steeltown is Steeltown. You realize World War II, the steel that came out of Pittsburgh was put into Sherman tanks and Stuart Light tanks, and it helped us win the war.
Excellent.
That's it. I mean, that's good. I mean, I'm with you. Excellent. They have a Sherman right there. I might throw a picture of it.
Was that steel used like in the steels used to make this whiskey?
No, but it was about a mile away. They got a Sherman tank parked about a mile away from the Wigle Distillery. All right, it was cool. It was cool.
Bart, you're definitely more the history buff.
Love World War II.
To me, history is behind us. Let's move forward. Let's look at the future.
No. If you fail to learn from history, you're doomed to repeat the problems of the past. Bam.
So then we couldn't even do video YouTube reviews of Scotch because these weren't available in the past.
No, the issue would be like if we didn't pay attention to our customers, because history tells us you got to care about those people that are watching. If we just were like, screw you, we don't care, all right? And we mocked you, like let's say we mocked the Pittsburgh Steelers fans with the Tebow victory.
They are very passionate.
They are. They got the dirty towel.
Oh,
is it called the dirty towel?
Terrible.
Yellow. Oh, the terrible towel. I like dirty towel. It's dirty. It's a dirty towel. All right, well, I love Pittsburgh. As a kid, I liked Pittsburgh because I collected the little helmets that came out of the little quarter machines. And the Pittsburgh helmet had the logo on one side, hence second favorite team. My
childhood best friend, Big Ed. Ed was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. You got to go back into the 70s because the Steelers had the steel curtain.
They did. They had the steel curtain.
I was a Broncos fan because I grew up, we were in northwest Kansas, and my grandma lived in Greeley, Colorado, where the Broncos would have spring camp, and we would be out there and we'd watch them, and in the summertime as well. So that's how I became a Broncos fan.
Because you had Orange Crush and the steel curtain.
So I would always be Craig Morton. Me and Ed would play football.
Wow, you're really going back.
Yeah.
That's pre-Elway.
Yep.
Wow. What do you get on the nose?
Ed would be Terry. We'd be playing football in the backyard. Ed would be Terry Bradshaw as Craig Morton, and that was it. Pittsburgh Broncos rivalry.
Bingo. All right, now you can tell it's a craft bourbon, 51% corn, a little bit raw.
On the nose, I just get standard bourbon notes. I get that, the vanilla. I get the wood. I get cherries.
I get a sweet cinnamon. It's got that sharpness that tells you it's young.
Brown sugar.
Yeah. And that sweetness and that very nice aroma coming off it. I get a little earthiness. Do you get a little earthiness off of the Wigle?
Well, it's made from scratch.
That doesn't mean dirt.
Now, that is also labeled organic on the back. Also,
is that the organic?
The rye was organic as well, and I just seen on there it's also labeled organic. But 46% alcohol volume.
One of the coolest things about Wigle is they do tours of their distillery on Saturdays, but they also have what they call label parties. You can come down there, bring a date, bring your spouse, whatever, and you help them actually label the individual bottles.
That was one of the topics I had to speed through in the other episode to speed it up.
That's right, but it's a real cool thing that they add in there.
That is neat. I would take part in it.
Oh, I would love to do that.
That is delicious, neat.
Yeah, and you get to, I think you get to like the group that's, and I can't seem to get the water.
You're hitting the wrong hole.
No, I got the right hole, man. I'm telling you, I'm just not getting the right drop. Yeah, while you're there, I think you get to share in a little bit of the whiskey as well.
I get a very sweet cherry vanilla.
Yeah, the vanilla forefront for me. I didn't pick up the cherry. By the way,
very sweet.
Wes gave me a great guided tour there. And he even mentioned there was a fellow that kept bringing different dates to the labeling parties. So they knew he was bringing different gals, but the gals thought, oh, this is neat, this is new. You don't care about that part of the story? You're like, eh. You're like, eh.
Again, I'm going to have to edit some of this out.
No, I'm keeping it short.
Do you still have another Wigle to review, or was it just the two? You got one more in there?
No, dose Wiggles.
Dose.
We've done the rye, the organic rye. Now we're on to the bourbon. I missed their straight bourbon by about 7 to 8 weeks.
You said 6 to 8 weeks in the other.
Okay, 6 to 8 it is then. Way to keep me honest.
Probably just because I edited it, so I know.
All right.
What'd you score it?
I'm giving this an 86. I love the sweetness. It's smooth. I like the earthy flavor. For a craft bourbon, it's very, very smooth. It's only guaranteed to have spent a year in the cask, and I can't really tell. So I would have thought this was definitely closer to the 2-year mark.
Yeah, it just says aged in new oak barrels for at least 12 months. So I gave it an 87. That's good, especially for a young bourbon like that.
It's very smooth and earthy for such a young bourbon. Anything else you want to throw on there with Tebow?
No.
Anything you want to say about the strip where Wigle's located?
No.
How about World War II steel?
Nope.
Nothing? Me neither.
Nothing.
You like the Wigle? Excellent.
Very good.
Scotch test dummies. Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
Cilantro.
Dummies.